In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today we are going to talk about the life changing, the fate changing experience. If at all somebody thinks that I want to change my fate, that I want to change my destiny, I want to change my circumstances, all of that is possible and is quite possible. It is within the reach of each and every, or it is in the reach, within the reach of many or maximum number of the people. The things we are going to talk about, the methodology we are going to put forward is very simple one, is very practicable one, is very much doable one. First of all, First of all, if at all you are living at a smaller place, you are living in a village where there are no opportunities, then I think there is a need to migrate to a relatively bigger place or to a bigger city, because the bigger cities, because the major cities contain lot of opportunities, or at least a person should go online, a person should have a smartphone or a personal computer to work upon, to work for few hours and to seek opportunities while being online. Or if at all whatever you can do, if at all the both of these things are possible, migration to a bigger city on the one hand and spending some of the time online productively, I think so, if at all a person can do the both of these things, then the progress, the prosperity, the change of destiny and the change of fate will just begin within no time, within a very short span of time. And if at all somebody is unable to do the both of these, I think he she must do one of the two things. And if at all we have done one of the two things, or preferably both of these things, I think so there will be lot of opportunities, there will be opportunities in front of us, and maybe many of the opportunities will just appear in front of us. And then we do have to prepare ourselves psychologically, mentally, for the availing of these opportunities. We must be able to avail, we must be able to utilize, to benefit from these opportunities. We must be mentally ready for the utilization, for the benefiting, for the availing and utilizing these opportunities. Now the question arises, how can we get ready mentally, psychologically, or in each and every sense? I think so. We need to develop just one quality in ourselves, and that quality is called the development of self discipline, the polishing of self discipline. Why the self discipline? Because no matter where we want to go, no matter how we want to live a life, at least we should be having one quality or the two qualities in ourselves. First of all, there should be the ability to understand what are the don'ts and what are the do's, and on the other hand, being able to restrict ourselves, to restrain ourselves, and not to go for the things which are called don'ts of a successful life, don'ts of a happy life. I'm not going to hammer out what are the do's and what are the don'ts, but at least I'm sharing with you just one thing, and the one thing is we must be able to avoid the don'ts, to protect ourselves from whatever is the don't, and to avail, to utilize, to benefit from whatever is the do. It is the game of the do's and the don'ts. It is the game of the do's and the don'ts in our life. I think if at all we succeed in creating this one ability, if at all we do succeed in availing, in benefiting, in creating, in the polishing of this one quality, which quality is called the do's and the don'ts, knowing what are the do's and the don'ts, and keep upgrading our knowledge about the do's and the don'ts, the do's and the don'ts in the general life, and the do's and the don'ts in the particular in your professional life. Whatever you want to do, whatever someone wants to do, I think so first of all she needs to know what are the do's of it and what are the don'ts of it, and then developing a kind of quality in ourselves, developing a kind of self discipline and self control in ourselves, which will ensure that we are protecting ourselves from the things which are called the don'ts, and we are able to do the things which are called the do's. I think so ability to have the both of these, this is the finest ever. Nobody could succeed ever without creating this one quality, which is called the do's and the don'ts. Being able to do what is called the do's, what have been emphasized for a particular kind of success or for the general success. In both of these cases, as for the general success is concerned, there are certain do's and there are certain don'ts as well. We are not going to debate here because the time is very limited, and I am going to end this video. I am going to end this talk as well. But let me assure you that having done this one quality, the quality to avoid the don'ts and the quality to do the do's, I think so being able to implement, being able to practice the do's and the don'ts, I think this is the finest ever thing. And if at all, nobody on earth could ever succeed without developing this quality in oneself. As simple as this one, being able to migrate to a place where there are opportunities available, and then preparing ourselves mentally mean observing the do's and the don'ts, practicing the do's and the don'ts. The two of these qualities will inshallah ensure our success. Thank you.